everyone! Welcome to another Let's Play of Darkest Dungeon. My name is Anna Mordaunt, and we are going to continue week 9 in our Hamlet. It's been a little while since I last had a chance to play. I paused to do all the King's Quest ones that I've been uploading. So it'll be interesting to see if I've completely forgotten what I'm doing. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. One thing I did do, and I may have explained this in a previous video, but I also may not have, so let's do it again. Let's do it again. Wow, I didn't expect the loading to take so long. How is everyone? Y'all doing okay? Having a good week? It's Good Friday here right now. It's gonna be Easter soon. Lots of stuff closed today. Wow, this is awkward. Well, okay then. Well, that's been another Let's Play. Hopefully everyone had fun. What the heck is going on? Come on.
In time,
There we
you
go.
will know the tragic extent of my failings.
That was strange. Okay, so last time when we were here, we had an heir show up, and so I think we recruited him. Although if he is there, I don't see him. Did I dismiss him? I can well imagine I might have. Interesting. I guess I did. So I've been looking up why we're not getting enough deeds. Because we are not getting enough deeds at all. It's weird. I did a playthrough of this on my own, by myself, like a year or so ago, and I was getting way more deeds. And I checked, and sure enough, they've nerfed the deed drop rate. Why? I don't know. And I looked around to see if there was maybe a mod that upped the drop rate, because honestly, I don't really love grinding games for items that you can get. You just need to sink time into it. And I couldn't find anything that increased the drop rate, which was annoying. But what I did find is an add-on, a mod that normally you can trade your heirlooms and turn them into other heirlooms, and it's not a good trade rate. You're essentially losing value when you do that. You're trading rare things for common things. But someone has made a mod that lets you trade gold for heirlooms, which is cool because gold is something that we absolutely can pick up. So, and I think the exchange rate is pretty fair because gold isn't exactly lying around in high quantities for us to waste. We still want to be careful with it, but spending 2,000 gold for 6 deeds is, I think, a reasonable trade rate. So that's what we've got. It's not it's not much. It's not what's my ideal would be. My ideal would be to just increase the drop rate, to be honest. But I couldn't find a mod for that, so this is the next best thing. So we will be turning money into heirlooms in order to proceed at a reasonable rate of town building, because I don't want, and I don't think any of us want, 8,000 videos of the same the same dungeon grind to try to get the heirlooms that we need in order to build up our town. So, having said that, let's look at our town. It's been a while since I've looked at it. So yeah, I wanted more deeds and shields so we could up the stagecoach network. That pen doesn't work. Sorry, baby, I need this pen. I know it was your pen and now it's my pen. Good girl. Purring girl. The blacksmith also needs shields and deeds. The guild needs shields and paintings, which is a nice break from deeds. This is still locked up. The tavern needs paintings and shields. The abbey requires statues and shields. Everything needs shields. And as does the sanitarium. The nomad wagon just takes shields, and then the graveyard and the ancestor don't take anything at all. So, that is what we'd need in order to really dive into upgrades. It looks like I've already put everyone into stress relief and or into our party. So we've got the farmstead, the warrens, the ruins, the cove, and the weald. Well, let's go ahead and take the medium-sized rooms where we get to explore 90% of rooms. Okay. I will never get over how much money it takes to outfit an expedition, because we had 27, and without spending anything at all on our part, just on supplies, that dropped us down to 22.5.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
So we've got a lot of rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think we want to stop at like 11 rooms. Still not clear about the 90%, to be honest. Who's our best trap expert? None of you are particularly good at traps. Well, you try it. Nice. Okay. The pack contains loot.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Journal of Darius, Highwayman. Day 4. The road to this damned hamlet was a tricky one, both to find and to travel. When it revealed its ruined face, I swore I had never seen such neglect, Some buildings collapsed, and uncaring residents fidgeting uselessly. I went swiftly to the tavern. Others with similar interests had gathered there, and I was assembled into an expedition. We leave at first light on the morrow. I think we've gotten that one before, but obviously we've never taken it back to town because otherwise it would not be showing up now.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Making heavy use of the torch because I think that increases the chances of scouting, although I can't swear to that. Yes, it does. Another journal page. Also of Darius. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. It must have been some rotting error from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As terrible as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap, nor a crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. There's combat. I was wondering if we were going to run into any. Okay. Nice. Now we've got him on the second row, so he can do
Back to
that.
the pit.
When you meet your god, tell him to leave me alone. Very nice. Alright. Now normally we use her to heal. Alright. Soothing Slash. Oh, it decreases her stress. And misses. Well, there's always next time. Much better.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
You don't have room. Already, huh? Well, goodbye, anti-venom. Locked display cabinet. We use one of our keys. Oh, man. Okay. And that's still not going to solve the gold problem. Alright, Holy Water. Sorry. We bought you and didn't use you. Okay, these guys need to be killed quickly.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands. Another one falls.
Okay, good.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Quit scolding me. You're the scoldingest narrator ever. There we go.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Destroyed.
There we go. Boy, these particular added character classes, because absolutely nobody in this party is a base game character class. All of them were added through player mods. These are powerful. They're working well together.
Begone, fiend!
I don't really have someone to manage stress, and I wish I did. But
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
it could be so much worse. I like her. I like her a lot. I don't like that. Stop doing it.
Executed with impunity.
There we go. All right.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
The suit of armor. There is nothing we can do to add to it. But it can add a buff or a positive quirk. Specifically, Ruins Adventure. Minus 20% in stress in ruins. Very nice. Especially since we're in the ruins and this is where he's getting stressed out. Worked out well. Oh, we found a secret door. Who already looted my pack?
Mechanical hazards. Possessed by evil intent.
That's just rude. Let's go ahead and use our firewood to get it out of our inventory.
Circle in the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Can anyone help bring down his stress? There we go, that's some. I'll stay up and study. The rest of you sleep. A little bit more stress. I need some vodka. And talk to the sword. That's funny. Minus 40 stress for her, but everyone else gains 13 stress. The Edge of Reason. Okay, we'll do maintain sword. I feel strong and powerful. Let us carry on. This place is horrific. Even so, I am at ease. We are the flame! This would be far worse without the great bounty in our packs.
The match is struck.
I
A
do
blazing star is born.
their little convos about how confident they feel about continuing the expedition. And here is our secret room. And we have key.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Okay, where is the treasure that's usually like the expensive treasure that's worth taking? I don't want heads. Dismas's head? Dismas isn't dead. He's back home. Ugh. Alright, you get the healing one to carry. You get the damage one and also the stress one. Ugh. That was not worth it in my opinion.
Curious is the trap maker's art, his efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
That's very pensive. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
We haven't actually earned back our supplies yet at this point.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Maybe they'll drop some money. Damn.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Deeds are good. Happy to take deeds.
The light, the promise of safety.
Oh, good, a chest. And we have a key. And they're surprised. Everything is coming up roots. Everything is coming up tentacles. Okay.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Damn it. Ouch. I really wanted the secret room to contain those statues that cost like 3,500 each. Those are awesome. But it did not. Very strange. I went to the ruins and all I got was this dead guy's head in a bag.
Decimated.
Woohoo!
This expedition at least promises success.
Oh man. Okay. Now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've looked at 10 rooms out of either 14 or 15, depending on whether the secret room counts. This dungeon was low on enemies and fights, wasn't it? I wonder if that's why we haven't gotten as much loot as usual, because a lot of times the loot's in the fights. Well, there's one more fight. We'll go do that one. That's one. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, we dodged. Good. That's
Masterfully
nice.
executed.
Oh, did that hurt? Nice. She's sarcastic too.
Ghoulish horrors.
And we
Brought
got
low and
absolutely
driven into
nothing
the
for
mud.
it. And there doesn't seem to be any reason to go in here, so we're going to go ahead and leave. There we go. And I
Do
shouldn't
not
get
ruminate
too
on this
stressed
fleeting
out.
failure. The campaign is long, and victory will come.
We only barely gained our money back. Okay.
Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
Really? The ends justifies the means because we're noble? I don't know that I trust you, Ancestor. Is the narrator the Ancestor? He's the guy who wrote the Ancestor letter. But he's dead. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. The resurrection of our ramshackle hamlet has lured brave artisans and merchants who see potential in the vacant lots surrounding the town square. District buildings. The hamlet is growing, and news of your presence is emboldening craftsmen to return. You may now construct all new buildings. They are expensive, but provide unique bonuses that may help you in your endeavors to cleanse the estate. Alright, what do we got? Vespa's lost her negative quirk. Reynald has less stress. Mortania has less stress. Baldry is less stressed, but she's also exhausted. And now we have this icon here. District currencies. Most district buildings require blueprints and heirlooms to build. Blueprints are dropped when bosses are killed. Color of Madness districts require shards, which are earned in the farmstead. The mill is unique in that it requires memories. Memories are mostly dropped in the Endless Harvest quests by killing the Sleeper. I don't know what any of those words mean. To gain access to all district buildings, you must purchase the Crimson Court and the Color of Madness. Okay, so these are things we could build. My goodness, there's a lot of them. And I remember them being expensive. Okay, so this is some kind of the new shard thing we don't have. Mill. Heroes will no longer suffer... they're memories. Heroes will no longer suffer random hunger checks. Oh, that would be nice. I hate that. Gem inventory stacking increased by 1. Also nice. Holy water increases buffs. Laudanum adds a stress resist buff. Miasmal orchid. Medicinal herbs add a disease resist buff. Anti-venom adds a blight resist buff. The Red Hook. A monument with no purpose except proclamation of one's dedication. It costs a lot of money. Bank. Interest gain on saved gold 5% per week. Okay. Cartographer's camp. Torchlight is more beneficial. Granary. 15% healing when eating. Some food is granted for free each week. Puppet theater. Idle stress relief in town is increased by 10 per week. Oh, that seems nice. House of the Yellow Hand. Oh, this is literally for just specific classes? Okay. Bounty Hunter, Grave Runner, Highwayman all have a higher critical and scouting chance. Altar of Light increases Vestal healing. Training Ring increases accuracy and hit points for several characters, including modded characters. That's nice. The Athenium. I used that word in a book once. And then we have, what is this? Outsider's Bonfire. Fire. 2 additional respite points if you have at least one Abomination, Falcon, or Hellion, or Leper in your party. I don't even know what a respite point is, so 2 seems a bit overkill at this stage because I don't know what they do. The bank seems nice, to be honest. Like, we don't have very much cash on hand. So, to get 5% extra every week, phew. So, honestly, I'm going to start working towards that. If we wanted to just dive straight for the goal. Aw, man. We need 55 paintings. I could get us 42 plus an existing 4 is 48. We still wouldn't have enough. Wow. Okay, good to know. Everyone is pretty low stress at this point. That's awesome. Let's go see what the stagecoach brought in. We have a new level 1 black swordsman, a musketeer, who is a new class that I think came with the Crystal Shard Color of Madness DLC. I have not used her before. But we're kind of full up. I don't have a lot of room for extra people. So I think she can just stay in there. I'm happy right now with what we have. And we really don't have enough new heirlooms to actually upgrade anything. So that's kind of crappy. Okay. So let's go check out what this week's quests are. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was remove the creepy heads. But like, Dismas, it's right there. And it says Dismas's head. That's very disturbing. His head's right there. I don't like that. I don't want to carry heads around. They're not even great buffs. They like super stress you out. How is that helpful? I'm trying to avoid stress, and apparently I can't do that, and that's a fool's errand. But I, Gomez Adams, is that fool. None of the... Okay, so the Cove gives deeds. So... one of you was saying that you think they rebalance the game so that you don't have to quit every in order to grind. That you can actually go ahead and complete out the quest and you'll still be able to grind without things getting too out of control. I don't want to test it on the ruins because the ruins is kind of our best place for stuff. But we'll test it on the Cove. The Cove is level 1. This is a short quest, so we don't need very many torches or food. And it's in the Cove, so I would say 3 shovels, 2 medicinal herbs, an anti-venom, and maybe 1 key. The Cove doesn't have a lot of locked treasure chests. Okay, and now we hold our breath. Because see, the problem was, like I said, oh, there we go. That didn't take.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
I played the game when it was pretty new, and the difficulty very quickly outstripped... Okay. If we use a puzzlingly ancient sculpture of dizzying implication, you can either touch it for a positive quirk, 66%, a negative quirk, 62%, a disease, 11%, or if you use a shovel on it, you can lose all your stress. Or 100 stress. We're not very stressed yet, so let's try for the positive quirk. What did we get? Musical. What is that? Oh, strong one. Inspiring tune increases the stress that's healed. Okay, that's what the Jokers have. That's a very specific thank you trap.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
I wasn't careless. Eerie coral. If we use... This is a powerful one. If we use medicinal herbs on it, it will purge a negative quirk. Who's got the worst negative quirk? Oh, you've got a lot of them. There we go. We cleared out an expensive one. Alright. Here we go. I wish I brought more torches. Nice dodge. You're fast.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Damn it.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Ouch. Nice. Always love a good critical healing. Dang it. Nice. When you meet your god, tell him to leave me alone.
Press this advantage.
Nice.
Give them no quarter.
I do love the fact that her skills reduce stress. Big fan of that. Oh, jeez. It was one hit. You guys don't have to lose all confidence over it.
Obliterated.
Okay. Now
Be
we have
wary.
treasures.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
And a chest that needs a key. I specifically just said that the coves don't have many chests, so what do I know? Nothing. Ruby's nice. $12.50 each. I don't know anything, and you shouldn't listen to me.
Another mariner, another misfortune.
Alright, we got... What is this? A journal page.
Impressive haul. If you value such things.
Blood-soaked rags torn from a journal. The wound is starting to fester. The flesh around it is gray, flaking, and ridged, almost scale-like. As I write this, my breathing has taken on a hollow timbre and is more labored. My compatriots are laughing and tell me not to worry. It's just the salt mist in the air that pervades these caverns. You're your companions are not picking up on the vibe of this place. Brigands, interesting. Do the fish people know you guys live down here? Because they didn't seem very hospitable.
Sedated.
Yes, it's all very scary. Oh man, even that didn't bring him down. Well, we've got a party here. Stop doing that.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Shouldn't it be the other way around? Like the wounds of war can be hidden but never healed? Because they leave scars, or they're too difficult to. They're psychological and you can't heal them? I don't know. I have questions about your philosophy, possible ancestor. I was hoping for a critical, but alright. We'll use what we have. Ow. Medic. She can't use it on herself. Interesting.
Decimated.
That's one down. Come on. This just got more dangerous than I like.
Eradicated.
Okay, that's another. Their death animation is their heads with swords in them. That's disturbing. Staggering force. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of her skill for moving people around. Don't like that.
Precision and power.
You okay, baby? Sneezing.
This expedition at least promises success.
Let's get everyone back in our proper order. And off we go. That was harder than I expected. And it wasn't even a room battle. That was just a hallway battle.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Yeah. Eat your foods. Oh, it's another eerie coral. Nice, it took one of her expensive traits. That's awesome. I didn't use it on her earlier because I didn't want to chance wasting it on a cheap trait. Whereas the Twilight Knight had one expensive locked and one cheap, and they were both pretty bad, so I thought it was a 50-50 chance of getting rid of either of them. But it took off Eller's expensive ANSI one. That one's expensive, but I don't really... What is weird reconstruction? I guess that's all healing, so that is crappy. I don't want that. I don't want healing to not be effective. Alright, which one of you is the trap expert? Still none of you. Well, we're going to try the Commissar because she's got the most stress to lose. Good. Who needs stress management with a Jester or a Lamia? You just be successful at traps. We're certainly getting a lot of shields, not so many deeds. Oh, passed right by that curio. What is that curio? Is that a brackish tide pool? We'll find out in a minute. Damn, that was not the healing I wanted to do.
Destroyed.
But that was alright. Okay. Now, with any luck, my healer will get one more go. Dodge. Let my healer go. There we go. And... don't go first. Ouch. Well, that's not ideal, but...
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Brackish tide pool. If you use an anti-venom on it, it heals health or stress by 5. It's 50-50 either way. Otherwise, it's a buff for a disease. Well, you need healing and stress relief, so go for it. Excellent. 5 health points back. Ouch.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
A trampled journal. Hewell, dear friend, exemplary warrior, a survivor of the King's Wars, and many sorties in this halls, met an ignoble end. We were weary, Hewell and I, as we searched for sanctuary. Weariness, it appears, has a murderous streak. It blinded him to the mechanism that tripped the spikes which eviscerated him. I held him as his essence slipped away. Another giant fallen in our mad pursuit. I am alone now, weary but unbowed. I press on.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Well, that is sad. It's very sad cleaning up behind all these parties who... We will continue because there's one more room. It's very sad cleaning up after all these parties. Fish carcass. Medicinal herbs get us gold and gems, but we don't have medicinal herbs. Otherwise, the odds are not great. So we'll just pass by. That's a shame. I would have liked to have golden gems. I'm all about golden gems. Okay. Now we will leave.
Despite its morbid aspect, this twisted, cavernous maze seems almost traversable.
Well, I got a lot of treasure. And the heirlooms, well, not exactly the deeds I wanted. We got 3 deeds for closing out the case. Alright, how badly is it? Not allowed to visit the brothel for reasons best left to discretion. And you have sustained even more bad quirks. How irritating. She's just like
I
a
remember days when the sun shone
bad quirk
and
machine.
laughter could be heard from the tavern.
A hooded stranger emerges from the shadow. Her battered blade bears testimony to many battles. Huh, this is funny. In town will only visit the brothel for stress relief. She is in love. That's all well and good, but I have nowhere to put her. Well, we're gonna have to hold off on that for a second. And nothing else to report because we didn't actually put anyone in stress relief that week. We have an apprentice grave robber, a butcher bird, who is a new character that was added, and someone I'm very interested in trying out. And at last, we have the chance to increase
Word is
our
traveling.
barracks.
Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
We can use this. So first of all, we're gonna go back and take her. And then we're gonna go back to the stagecoach. And we're gonna recruit the butcher bird. I don't remember if we've talked about her on this playthrough, but I don't think we have because we don't have any in our inventory, and I would have kept her if we could. She is a character mod. The butcher bird is a refugee from a remote eastern country, running away from the Manchuria through the Silk Road. She had to do anything to survive. Unsurprisingly, time transformed the fragile palace maid into a veteran escort. She made a living cleaning and sewing, skills she learned at the palace, but what really allowed her to survive is her sociability and determination. She can make enemies bleed from the middle line and can use debuffing skills while on the front. She may surge to the front, piercing the heart of her prey. When Butcher Bird promises devotion to a party member, she turns into a dodge tank, striking back at anyone who dares to harm her ally. So her backstory is that she was just a palace maid, in charge of, sewing and repair work. And after a tragedy befell the palace, she had to flee and learned mercenary skills on the road to survive. And she's now a tough old bard who can take care of herself and can take care of others. And I really like that. I also just like the fact that she's elderly. We don't have very many characters who aren't young and strapping. Well, I guess there's a few, but... So she has a melee attack that bleeds. A melee attack that causes the front 3 to bleed. A skewer melee attack for the back row. Swoop, which drives her forward and bypasses guard, which is very nice. Sometimes enemies are guarded by a bigger, tougher enemy, and you just want to cut through all that and kill them. Target buff for dodge, speed, and critical. She can guard someone and activate riposte and dodge for herself. So if anyone tries to attack them, she guards that person, dodges the attack, and then strikes back. That's awesome. And then she has a ranged attack that screws up stealth and marks the target. Very nice. So I like her a lot. We're going to be good friends. I'm going to put you there. And I do like me some heirs. What have you got going on for you? What color is Ellers? Ellers is blue, so you get to be red. Dufay. You're not level 1. I don't like that. But time fixes stuff like that. And then we have the Grave Robber, who is kind of a middle ground, back row sort of character. So we'll put you here.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to go ahead and buy some deeds. Okay, that'll bring more for the stagecoach. Now, if we want to upgrade their levels, we need Instructor Mastery, Weaponsmithing, and Armor Smithing. Okay, so both of these have to go up, as does this. Ugh. That's a lot of shields and paintings. What's the exchange rate on gold for paintings? Not nearly enough. 10,000 for 15. That's a lot of gold. Okay, we'll keep it in mind. Alright, let us go build our hypothetical party and figure out where we're going to go. There's deeds. We like deeds. Oh, more deeds. That's pretty. I want one of those. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. I would say Warrens, and with that I would say let's take Bertrand. Well, I thought he and Tangso made a good team. Let's take Vespa and actually let's take Bonal and let's see, the Warrens is all about blight, so who has some kind of blight heal? That's what we need. Well, actually that's why we're taking Bonal. She has a blight heal, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's why I wanted her. There was a reason. And how about you, actually? You cause bleeding, and everything in the Warrens is alive and therefore capable of bleeding. So yes, we will return in just a moment, but first we're going to go back to town. And we're going to figure out who, if anyone, gets to be stress relieved. I'm going to say no on that one. We've been doing well on stress. But I did forget to visit the sanitarium.
The front line of this war is not in the dungeon, but rather inside the mind. Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
Well, I don't want Reynold with a -2 speed quirk. That's annoying. And similarly, there we go. Close that, and now we're going to check everyone very thoroughly for trinkets. There is an unequip everybody option, but there it is. Damage at torch balloon, no. Dodge and speed. Okay. I don't think that anyone needs a blacksmith upgrade, but let's double check. You're full up. You're full up. You are not capable to be upgraded because you're still level 0 and you're full up. And same here with skills. Same to you. You have everything I need you to have. You do not. So let's look at your skills. That's your basic attack. That makes everybody bleed. Skewer. And then devotion. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So that cost a little bit of money, but it was worth it. We are over the hour mark. So off we go to the main menu. And that was week 9 and 10 and part of 11. When we come back, we'll pick up with the second half of week 11, and we will be in the Warrens. Once again, this is Darkest Dungeon. My name is Anna Mardell, and I really appreciate you coming along with me here. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.